Has anyone ever seen Liar Liar with Jim Carrey? That is literally my all-time favorite movie. The Claw. That's what I was thinking about just now. This is Christmas time. I could probably take cookies out of this. This is the Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be removing Olive & June's press-on mani. So I've had this mani on for 8 days, and I just want to be clear, it states that the mani is supposed to last up to 7 days. So as you see, I have all of the nails on, but I want to be completely transparent and say that they have not stayed on, all of them, this whole entire time. So on day 3, I lost my first nails, and I actually lost 4 nails. So I was cleaning with Clorox wipes and I was scrubbing. Throughout this process, I found that scrubbing is the worst thing. When you have a real nail, it's much less likely that when you're like hitting it against something that it's just going to pop off. Like it may like break or bend a little bit, but mine typically don't. So I've lost a couple that way. I had used multiple Clorox wipes, probably like 5 or 6. So I think just like having that chemical soak in and then also just like the pressing motion, they've come off. Any other ones I've lost were pretty much the same way. I had hit my nail against something. What I've deduced it down to is you either do normal polish and you are going to probably have some chipping, or you're going to have press-ons and probably have some nails popping off. My best recommendation is carry extra polish with you, carry glue and extra press-ons, because if you can't find the press-on, like these are really light, they're like a light pinky nude. So if you can't find it, then you can just put on another one if you're out at an event. So I think they both serve very different and good purposes. If I want my nails just short and then I'm going to an event, say a wedding or something, I can quickly pop these on and I look more salon ready, like more ready to go. So things like that, or like if you don't have time or don't want to do a design and you can just buy press-ons with the design, or you're not good at designs, I think they're really good for both things. So I do think I will continue to use these again. I definitely want to try ones where I don't have to shape them myself. If you saw my first video, I got the long nails and then I ended up shaping them myself. Without further ado, we're going to remove these. So I will be using the Bye Bye Press-Ons kit. This came in the press-on system, which looks like this. It just came right in there. I think in my first video, I talked about how you can save these nails. So that way, I believe, is the way where you soak it off with like warm soapy water, which it says on the back of the press-on packet. It tells you how to do that. I'm gonna use this one, and immediately after just looking briefly at the first instruction, I saw that this is not the way that you reuse them. So the first step is to file off the top layer of your press-on nail to remove the top coat. So clearly we'll be ruining them, but this is what I wanna do today. So I'm going to open it up and we'll see what's inside. So when you open it up, this is the acetone that you'll be using. These are the little things that you'll put on your fingers, and then these are the little sponge pads that you use. So this is really it. I brought a little like Walmart bag. I'm just gonna sit this down in front of me. I am on like a nice white carpet in my living room, so I definitely don't wanna like ruin anything. So I'm going to set this down. The first step is I'm just going to file off the top. So if you've gone to a salon, they typically do that. You file off the top, and then I'm supposed to soak the rounded end of the foam sponge with acetone. It says that if you use too much acetone, it'll cause it to leak and make a mess, so use sparingly. Then you insert the foam sponge into the cap, the rounded side first, so I'll take it apart. This is what they look like. They're like a rubbery material. These are actually really cool. And it says on them what finger it is. So this says thumb, so you know what to use. So you would just soak this, put it in here, and then it says place your finger into the cap with your nail touching the foam sponge. Allow to soak for 10 to 15 minutes. Slide off using the foam sponge to wipe away any residue. Use the wooden stick to help remove any additional residue, and then keep soaking if they need done. So if you've gone to the salon, when they do like gel removal, for example, they do kind of a similar thing. The little wood stick also comes in here. I am going to go ahead and get started with the filing. So this is the first step. So I did one hand just to show you, and I really did a lot because it's not hitting my nail, so it's totally fine to do. And I figured like the more that I did, the less issues I would have getting it off. This is supposed to be completely non-damaging, so we will go over that as well. So I'm gonna finish the rest of this on both hands and then we will continue. So all of them are filed down, and let me show you the setup that I have going on here. So I took all of the little rubber things. So 2 of them say thumb, and then the other ones just say all of you, which is super cute because it's Olive & June. And then I just took these little from here, I took them out and I just laid them all out so that they're ready to go. So then I have my Walmart baggie sitting here. This is the acetone bottle, and I'm really confused by it because on the back of this box, it shows that you would take this and go like this onto the little remover pad, which makes sense because of the way it's shaped. But when I take it off, there's no hole in this. So this I don't get. I'm gonna have to just dump it, which is going to be more difficult to not get a ton. But you wanna get the top rounded edge, and I'm just gonna, Okay, there's a lot coming out. But you just do a quick dump and then put it in here. And this is your thumb. So then I just put my thumb in. This is what I look like. Looking like a cutie. I'm gonna go in and do my left hand first and then my right hand. Okay, so we have one hand done, looking good. I could probably get cookies. Like, this is Christmas time, I could probably take cookies out of this. This is the material that these feel like. These are probably heat proof. I don't know, don't try that, but that's how I feel. So this is what I'm gonna do to the other hand. That's gonna be a little bit more challenging because it's my non-dominant hand, and obviously all of these are on. I also did go ahead and clip the rest of the nails off that I didn't need, just really messily, just to help with the process. And then I'm supposed to soak for 10 to 15 minutes, and then I will be back. Actually wasn't bad and it was way quicker than I thought. Now I'm going to wait for 10 to 15 minutes and then we'll come back. We're gonna look at my nails to see if there's any damage, kind of talk about that because this is supposed to be a non-damaging removal system. And then we'll talk about what I think. Has anyone ever seen Liar Liar with Jim Carrey? That is literally my all-time favorite movie. The Claw! That's what I was thinking about just now. I waited the full 15 minutes and watched a Christmas movie, so I didn't mind the wait. And I just wanna say that Olive and June figured out something that the nail salons certainly need to. These are so nice. They don't fall off. They kind of like compress your fingers, but like they don't hurt. They kind of feel nice. So I'm going to take them off and see. Okay, so this is kind of like, oh, it's like stuck. Okay, so I pulled it off. Stuck on there. Let's see if they're all like that. Oh, look. Yeah, that one's off perfectly. So I guess that's what's supposed to happen. So maybe that one needed more because yeah, that's like stuck on. This one. Okay, so that one came right off. This one I'm gonna try to hold it and pull it off. That one came right off too. This one needs a tiny bit of scraping just at the top. That one came off. That one, just like the tip is on. Same with that one. And then this one looks like it may have needed a little bit more time. But I'm going to use the wooden scraper. So I probably should have left some of those on, but I kind of just wanted to get started and see like if it would come off. This one is with the foam all stuck on. I think this one does need more. Oh, actually, yeah, this one needs more. So I'm just gonna take one of these and put it back in while I do the other nails. And it does come right off. So the tiny little bit of residue that's left on my nail is coming right off. My thoughts, honestly, this system is very easy to use. And so if you don't mind doing this, that's fine. One of the main reasons that I wanted to stop going to the salon and stop doing gel and all of that was to avoid this mess. Basically like avoid the whole soaking off an acetone, scraping and stuff. It's just like not my favorite. So this is a big deterrent for me. I think putting on the press-ons and the whole press-on system and wearing them was really, really good. The removal part being so much like gel is not for me. So like, it's just like messy. And I don't like that. That's just not my thing. For Olive and June, you just like stick your nail in like a 90s kind of thing, or like a cotton ball and no push remover, like whatever. Like I'd much rather do like this and it like rubs right off. That is definitely my preference, much, much easier. And I would say they take around the same time because still there's prep for your nail. So I think even still, like I don't know that press-ons are like a whole lot easier now just because of all this. Yeah, I think for some people this may not be bad. And I know that when my press-ons came off on their own, they were not this messy. So it was like a very clean, like my complete nail was just underneath it. But I wouldn't recommend ripping them off because if the glue is not ready, then you will damage your nail. This is a non-damaging way. I'm gonna sit and work on these a little bit better, just try to get my clear nails. And then once I do, we can see how they look and that'll determine overall, like as far as the non-damaging piece, how that goes. but I have glue like all over the back of my hands. It's actually like, it feels really gross and I'm gonna have to deal with that. But it is like 11:55 and it's a Friday, so I'm exhausted at this point. So I will just go ahead and say that I don't see any damage. So from that perspective, no damage. So the press-ons were easy to put on. I definitely would do that part again, and I liked wearing them, and I thought that they lasted and stayed really well. The removal system, so actually using these things was really nice because they stayed on and everything. And I think if I wasn't as tired as I am right now, it wouldn't be as bad. But honestly, personally for me, I didn't love it because it was messy. Like it was just messy. Like I have glue on my hands now. Like they kind of feel gross. Like I said, I purposely went to Olive & June and their polish system because I wanted to avoid all of that and just use real polish that actually stayed on and made my nails look good. So with this, it's a lot more messy and just work required. That took a little bit of time. Like I said, it's still on my hands, and if it were daytime and I was doing my mani, I would have to do like a full mani from here. So that's just a little bit extra work. So do I think it's effective? Yes. Do I know that there's other ways to do it as well? Yeah, you can soak them off if you want to use them again with water. Will I do it again? Probably. Like if I get some for Christmas, I definitely will do them again. But I would say at this point, at least, the polish is my favorite. So thank you for following along, and I will catch you in the next one. It is 7 days until Christmas today. So by the time you see this, it'll be a little less than that. So I hope you all are going to be with family or friends, just people that you love, and that it's a wonderful time, and happy holidays. I love you. To the next one. Bye.
Last year